Hello everyone, I'm the City of Concord Public Information Officer, Stephanie Breton, and I'm here today at the Citywide Community Center with our Parks and Rec Director and Assistant Director. And we all know that 2020 was a very tough year with the COVID-19 pandemic. And what we're going to do today is take a look at our year in review to where we've come from last March and where we're headed now in March 2021 as we look ahead to spring and summer.
Thanks, Stephanie. My name is David Gill. I'm the Parks and Recreation Director for the City of Concord. March of 2020, a year ago, was really challenging for the department. We had to close all the playgrounds. There was a lot of concern over that. Most of the spring sports, all the spring sports for that matter, had to be canceled due to the pandemic. We did manage to keep all of the parks open for enjoyment. We did see a lot of increase in use. So the parks guys continued to maintain all 21 parks. Just like the parks, the cemeteries remained open. We did have to transition the cemetery office to by appointment only. The city auditorium we had to close, the downtown city auditorium, which is right next to City Hall. Usually May, June, and July are very busy months for us, but we did have to cancel all those programs last spring. So it was a really hard time for all of us. And I'm going to turn it over to Laura. Laura is the Assistant Parks and Recreation Director, and she'll talk about some of the programming and staff changes and challenges we had last spring.
Thank you, David. So last March from the recreation side was a little hectic at first. When we first thought we just had to close for those first 3 weeks to, as David mentioned, flatten the curve, which eventually turned into close everything down for March and April. Unfortunately, when we did make the decision to cancel all spring programming, we also had to furlough 25 of our temporary and part-time staff members. So that was difficult on the department. Eventually in May, we were able to start opening up to have people come in for appointments to register for summer programming and start, using the outdoor facilities again. We were very fortunate to be able to run a very successful summer camp following all the Governor's Council guidelines. We had all 4 of our traditional day camps run here at the Citywide Community Center, as well as our nature camp running down at the Merrimack Lodge. We had 9 weeks of camp that went really well. We were able to entertain the kids outside. Even though we weren't able to open the pools, we found lots of fun ways to stay cool in this hot summer sun and really enjoyed ourselves. As many of you know, in the summer, the numbers here in Concord as far as COVID cases were very low. That allowed us to also offer all of our summer concerts, as well as many community groups came back for field rentals. We had lots of baseball games, softball games, so it really ended up being a pretty great summer, all things considered. After the summer, we were able to transition into our fall sports season. We had flag football and soccer. While the numbers were lower than years past, we had, again, a very successful time running those programs, keeping everyone safe, following the guidelines, using all the proper precautions. So it really ended up being a really nice fall as well. We added several new adult programs, which surprisingly took off and ran all through the fall and winter. When we got to basketball season, we did have to do things a lot different than we have in the past. Rather than having our traditional leagues, we had the age groups split up and ran more clinic-style basketball, which was great for the kids to have an opportunity to get out and play. We weren't able to include as many kids due to the number restrictions, but it still ended up being a good experience for all those involved.
Thanks, Laura, for the overview about last summer and fall. I think I'd also like to talk about all the hiking trails in Concord. They're under the Conservation Commission, but they were heavily used last year. I think everybody now understands that we have, 37 different hiking trails in Concord, and follow the rules, carry in, carry out trash, and I think they're going to be continued to be used for years to come. The other great opportunity in the winter is we were able to continue with our traditional ice skating areas at White Park, Rollins, and Beaver Meadow Golf Course. The park staff did an exceptional job, maintaining, flooding the ice, taking the snow off. Last year we were open for a total of 18 days, and this year we were open for 34 days. So it was a great winter overall, and I know anybody who's went to White Park, the skating rink and the pond was heavily used. Another great winter activity we continued this year was the cross-country skiing at the golf course, Beaver Meadow Golf Course. Dennis and the crew maintained over 10 kilometers of trails. We had the Bill Koch Ski League there. It was just another great opportunity, with pandemic, is to get outside and enjoy yourself and, have some healthy activities. It doesn't matter if you're a young adult, a kid, or an older person, to be outside and enjoy yourself. So that was a wonderful side benefit, if there is such a side benefit of COVID, was a lot of folks, stayed local. They enjoyed our parks, they enjoyed our hiking trails. So it was really good to see folks using our parks and our trails.
Thanks, David, for reminding us all about the outdoor activities. But don't forget, the Citywide Community Center was also open 7 days a week this winter. Between our programming and outside groups renting the space, we were very busy as well.
Thank you, David and Laura, for enlightening us about last year and this year. And I think overall, we really were able to end 2020 on a better note than we started it, which is great news. And we are appreciative of all the efforts by everyone to keep the outdoor areas open and accessible, because it's been a great addition to our community here. And so right now I'll turn it back over to David and Laura to talk a little bit about the outlook for spring and summer and what we hope will be close to as normal as possible.
Thanks, Steph. We are definitely happy to be starting this year off on a much better note than we ended last year. Looking forward to spring. We have many classes running here at the Citywide Community Center. Lots of them are full for this current session, as well as the upcoming session. Spring sports will start the first week of May. We have youth tennis, which unfortunately is already full, but if you're interested, you could get on the wait list. We have our spring soccer, field hockey, and flag football. And new this year, we are offering an outdoor street hockey option. So please visit our website to check all that out. And don't forget, register early, because space is still limited with the current restrictions. So we want to make sure everyone who wants to play gets the opportunity.
Thanks, Laura. It's also great to see that all the youth and adult leagues using our parks are back. Softball, Little League, there's adult baseball, there's adult co-ed softball, they're all returning. So it appears to be somewhat of a normal spring, the new normal. We do still need to practice all the COVID-19 rules in parks and stay 6 feet apart and wear your mask. Right now we do have all of the parks carry in, carry out your trash. So we ask all the folks who are out enjoying our parks, please take the trash with you when you leave. We're gearing up for spring cleanup of all the parks and cemeteries right now. So that's, it's beginning to feel normal. Here we are today, and it's a mid-60-degree day, and it's sunny, and it's the end of March. It's just a wonderful feeling to hope and think that we're going to have somewhat of a back to normal situation. So that's exciting.
Looking forward to the summer, we will once again be offering all of our traditional day camps, both here at the Citywide Community Center and at the Merrimack Lodge. And now with the new guidelines from the Governor's Council, we're also able to bring back some of our specialty camps, including our Concord TV camp, basketball camp, soccer camp, and circuit lab camp. So we're really excited to be able to bring those offerings back again this summer. So please check our website again for all the details on that. Our summer fall brochure will be out the first week of May, and all those programs will be available for registration. In addition, we are hopeful that we will be opening pools in some capacity. We're currently working to hire enough staff and get a plan in place to be able to do that. Also on our website, you'll be able to find information about some of our special events this summer, including summer concerts and movies in the park. In order to make all of this happen, we are hiring across the department. We're hiring seasonal laborers for parks and cemeteries, lifeguards, camp counselors, WSIs, and rec attendants. So if you're interested, please visit the city website, concordnh.gov, and apply today.
On behalf of the entire Parks and Recreation and Cemeteries Department and everybody here in the City of Concord, I'd like to thank everybody for their patience, their understanding during this past year. COVID-19 is not really something we planned for, but everybody from program participants to all the renters using our facilities, together we've moved forward, we've followed all the rules and regulations, as uncomfortable as they may be. So we appreciate you doing that, and as we look to spring and the summer, those rules are still going to be there. We're trying to move together to make sure we have some sort of a normal summer. So going forward, we'll thank you for your support and continue to follow in all the guidelines and safety mechanisms we have in place for you and your children.
Thank you, David and Laura, for sharing all of that great information with us. A reminder to check out ConcordParksandRec.com for more information. Also follow them on Facebook and Instagram for more updates. And we're looking forward to a great spring and summer season here in the city of Concord.